So you have seen the benefits of inheritance. With inheritance, we can reuse code and achieve polymorphic behavior. And that's great. However, as I always say, too much of a good thing is a bad thing. So do not create deep inheritance hierarchies. This is one of the common mistakes that a lot of people new to inheritance make. Let's say we're building a web application where people can sign up as students or instructors. An amateur developer might come up with an inheritance hierarchy like this. So we have regular and premium instructor classes. Both these classes share some common attributes and behaviors, so we can extract the common code into a base class like instructor. Now, we also have students, but both students and instructors have a few things in common. For example, they both have a username and a password. So we can extract their common code into a base class like user. On the other side, we have courses. These courses have a few attributes like ID, name, and so on. We need the same attributes in the user class. So we can extract a new base class like entity and put these attributes there. What's the problem here? Well, classes involved in inheritance hierarchies are tightly coupled to each other. So here both the user and course classes are tightly coupled to the entity. If we make any changes to the entity, we have to modify the user and course classes. For example, if we change the constructor of the entity and add or remove a parameter, we may have to modify these child classes. Even if we don't have any breaking changes, just because the entity class is changed, it has to be recompiled and redeployed. And that means all its children and grandchildren, as well as every other class that depends on any of these classes, should be recompiled and redeployed. Also, in these deep hierarchies, it is likely that you introduce a new field or method in one of your base classes, but that field or method doesn't make sense to be inherited by its children. So you end up polluting your hierarchy with irrelevant stuff. So avoid deep inheritance hierarchies. Inheritance is good, but up to 1 or 2 levels, and no more than 3 levels. Beyond that, you're really going in the wrong direction. So here we should collapse this hierarchy. Let's say both the student and instructor classes need an attribute like last login. We can redefine this in each class. Yes, we are duplicating a bit of code, but now these two classes are decoupled and they can evolve independently without impacting each other. Also, we don't really need separate classes for regular and premium instructors. All we need is a Boolean field like isPremium. We can simply differentiate between different types of instructors. So just because a premium instructor is an instructor doesn't mean we should use inheritance between them.